Sometimes you read the paper and watch the news, and it seems like there's more bad news than good in the world. But you know what? It's just not true.
I at least can hold on to something, that there's something, maybe it's small, but there's something that I'm doing to make a difference.
It's just a feeling that you have. If you can help people, you have to. There's no alternative.
Every child has potential that we just can't know. And so, to my mind, that's what we're doing. We are saving potential for the future.
It's homecoming day at the University of Wisconsin, and there may be no better time or place to witness the remarkable role a college union can play in building community and inspiring a generation of future leaders. In 1914, students from 7 colleges came together to wonder aloud what might happen if learning was extended beyond the classroom. They imagined a welcoming physical space on campus where ideas and feelings could be exchanged to give meaning to facts learned in the classroom and in books. Wisconsin Union was one of those 7 colleges, and you are about to see the idea in all its glory.
College Union is a place where relationships are born, made stronger, and made meaningful. It's really all about relationships.
My name is Marcia Herman Batson, and we are in Madison, Wisconsin. It's the place that brings together faculty, staff, alumni, guests, students of the institution. So that college union is that incredible gathering place. Anything incredible happens, they're not going to go to the chemistry building. It just isn't going to happen.
To the degree that we value residential education, it is not just the curriculum. The curriculum can now be delivered remotely on an iPad, but the human connectivity that also is part of education, or internships and service to community, or meeting people who are majoring in different subjects, all of that is part of the union.
And that's how we're related to the university. We give it its heart, we give it its lifeblood. We are what brings every member of this campus community together in a way that nobody else on this campus can do.
In my own case, I met my wife on the forecourt of this union. She was walking out, I was walking in, we said hello. We've been married almost 50 years, so for me it has a somewhat more special place than just a place where I met lots of my friends.
Not only was it the place where Matt and I first met, but it's also the place where Matt proposed to me.
On a bench at the end of this path. This is the social education. This is where there were people from all walks of life that you could meet and get to know in a setting outside the classroom. So that's really what the union means the most to me.
I don't think people fully appreciate how important out-of-the-classroom learning is. They usually focus on academics, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is having a well-rounded education.
Unions came about when students desired to engage in discourse outside the classroom. Prior to that time, learning really only took place in a faculty member to student way in the classroom.
And so this started largely in 100 years ago as a place where debate happened, debate society more than anything else.
And those grew into social centers, and then pretty soon students thought, well, we could actually plan activities for each other, and it could be beyond debating what was happening in the classroom. We could debate issues of the day. and really just kind of grew from that organically.
That concept of it being a university union, serving students, faculty, staff, and alumni, was built in right from the start.
The University of Wisconsin is really fortunate to have had an innovator in college unions, and that was a man by the name of Porter Butts.
He was director from 1928 through 1968. Not only did he serve the Wisconsin Union and help establish the mission and vision for the union, but he also served the Association of College Unions as its first treasurer and editor of publications. He was instrumental in the first mission and vision statement or goal statement for the association.
The association will be 100 years old in 2014.
And when you think of 100 years, it's amazing to think that in 1914, 7 campuses came together to talk about how they could become a community.
ACUI is the community for the community builders. It is the place where all those individuals who are building community on a daily basis in college unions have their community so that they can share best practices, so they can have their family, so they can go somewhere where everyone knows their name.
That's why when we have our gatherings as an association, there's a great sense of, well, you understand, you kind of carry the badge of honor because of the work that we do.
And to know that 100 years later, there are hundreds of campuses from all over the world that still do that, I mean, it shows there's value in what they did in 1914.
For 40 years, the union philosophy and concept here was shepherded and stewarded by Porter Butts. He's the one who thought from the very beginning that students should have a majority on the governing board for our union.
The students here at the union hold the majority of the seats on our union council, which is the governing body of the union, and that oversees everything from the daily operations to the union, also to some of the larger programs that we put on.
This was unheard of at the time, to have a student majority on a major university committee.
This group here is the Wisconsin Union Directorate. It's the UW-Madison campus's oldest student activities group, or programming board as we call it.
We have over 200 student leaders active on our programming committees, and the 200 committee members help plan over 1,000 events for the university and Madison communities.
The people you see behind you are the leaders of 10 different student organizations that make up one board with the common mission of educating and entertaining and in some ways improving campus.
We take direction from what the students are interested in and what they're passionate about.
There are not many better feelings than going to your own event that you put on and having it be successful.
Experiences that students have in their positions, not only their leadership positions, but also in many of the employment opportunities that they have at the Wisconsin Union, are directly applicable to what they are going to be able to do out in the world once they enter the job market.
In addition, we employ 1,200 students in jobs ranging from custodial and food service to ticket takers to people that teach classes in our mini course program.
My name is Carl Kors, and I'm the Dining Services Director at the Wisconsin Union. In our operation, we serve about 10,000 meals a day. We hire over 1,000 students in the Dining Services operation. We have employees that are range from any number of needs. Some of them do it purely for the economic standpoint to pay their rent. Many of them use it as an opportunity to meet other people, and some use it as an opportunity to get leadership skills. We provide all 3 levels of opportunity for the college student. The revenues that we create here go directly back to the union, which is a very satisfying way to look at things. So the students are developing the revenues that go back to fund the free movies, the free programming, the free shows that we have in the set, in the Rathskeller. There are multiple ways. It's really kind of a feel-good opportunity because we're not sending this money elsewhere. We're keeping it here at the Wisconsin Union so we can develop better things for the students.
Being able to lead not only their peers in making decisions, but also many times providing leadership for staff members develops a lot of, as you can imagine, skills in the students. And then there's the hard skills, things like meeting facilitation and conflict management and budgeting and understanding the big picture of what's happening not only within their committees, within our department, within the organization, but also on campus.
I would argue that while academic learning is obviously incredibly valuable and the reason that we're all here, in most of my classes, I'm one among 40 people or 200 people, and in this setting, I get to put on events that thousands of people go to. I get to manage budgets of $50,000, many people here, and that's an incredible experience.
And so being able to understand how to lead others, how to be innovative, how to challenge norms, but also how to support an operation, is students learn so much from that experience.
And everybody has a role to play and a contribution they can make, whether they're student, faculty, staff, alumni, or a union member. Community members can become members of our union and have an equal voice in what we're doing here.
I think that the reason the model of leadership and learning works here so well is because it's founded on two premises that have held true for decades. And one is students know what other students want to see. The people in this room serve their peers by putting on the programs that their peers want to see. Another reason it works so well is it's sort of a time-honored thing that if you give young people resources and autonomy and the chance to implement their own vision, you're going to see something very special.
Happy 100th anniversary, ACUI. For the Visionaries, I'm Sam Waterston.
Visionaries is brought to you in partnership with Harvard Kennedy School's Ash Center for Democratic Governance and Innovation, and through the generosity of Frank and Barbara Manley, Tom Hormel, the Parker Family Foundation, Nebraska Tourism Commission, Rogers, Our Passion is Building, Advantage Fitness Products, PNC Bank, Grand Island Chamber of Commerce, and from the generous support of the following: